Hello, everyone. It is Monday, October the 29th. I wanted to make this recording because we are coming up on probably the most important midterm election that this nation has had, certainly as I recall in my lifetime. And I want to point out some truths. Truth. It's not going to be pretty. I do not intend for it to be so. I just want us to establish a relationship one last time before the election so that we all understand where we're at, what's going on around us. And it begins with a mirror. Yes, a mirror. What I wish you would do is go in your home and find a mirror. Look in it. Tell yourself what you see. Tell yourself. You don't have to tell anybody else. Tell yourself. The person you see in the mirror, is that who you are? Is that who you want to be? Is that who you've been? I dare say that the majority of us, when we look into that mirror, we're not going to be pleased with what we see. We're going to be disappointed if we're truthful to ourselves, not to anybody else, just to ourselves. Have we, each one of us, done everything we can possibly do to save our country? Can we? Have we? Have you? Have you done everything you can? I see President Trump doing something that I don't think I can remember any other president doing, including Reagan. Going around and holding rallies in state after state after state, trying to fire up the true conservatives in this country, to show them what's been accomplished, what he is doing. And he has to do it that way because the mainstream media just absolutely lies every day about him, about his administration, about the things they've accomplished and done. So he has gotten up out of the Oval Office and literally gone on to rallies. The man, I think, is 70 years old. He's working hard to save this country. What are we doing to help him? The other day, I was talking to a Vietnam veteran. And he was telling me how sad he was about the young men and women that died in Vietnam. It was about a whole different bunch of issues, but this was one of the points he made, how terrible it was for these young men and women to die. And that they were forever young. Do you know that? They're forever young. When they died, that's how they're remembered forever. I thought to myself when I got off the call with him, I thought to myself, wait a minute. They're the lucky ones. They're the lucky ones. Because their life ended when they were young, when they had so much to look forward to. And the world was this great expanse just waiting for them. Had they have lived, most would have seen the second part of their life. And for most of us, the second half of our life has not been that wonderful. It hasn't been filled with excitement. It's been filled mostly with depression and mistakes. I know that now. Now is the time when we can correct that. Now is the time we, each one of us, can do our part to save this nation. The question therefore becomes, well, what can I do? I don't want to hear that anymore. What can I do? I don't want to hear it. You want somebody to tell you what you can do. What you need to do is think for yourself. You know what you can or can't do. What scares me is you're awfully willing to accept, it's easier, by the way, to accept doing nothing. Doing nothing. And you know, if you do nothing, you can say, golly gee, I would have, but I couldn't. Go back to that mirror and look at yourself. If that's what you're doing, you cannot beat your chest and claim you're some kind of patriot, because you're not. You're not a patriot. Do it. Stop waiting on somebody else. That's what's gotten us in this trouble to a great extent. We elect somebody for Congress or the Senate or for our local government, whatever. We elect them and then we walk away and say, well, we've done our job, we've elected them, and then we get mad at them if they don't do what they promised they would do in their campaign. Are you kidding me? Is that what we expect out of our representatives? For them to just lie to us and get by with it? I got a news flash for you. The Congress in Washington, D.C. has somewhere between a 7 and an 11% approval rating. 7 to 11%. And you know what's crazy? We keep electing them. We keep sending them back. Is that what we've become? Is that who you're looking at in the mirror? Is it? Because if it is, you're a coward. You're a coward. Folks, the liberal weenies are out pulling every trick in the book to destroy President Trump, and in doing so, they destroy our chances to be free and to have a free country. They want to get rid of it. I want to explain something again to those that have not heard. Liberals, hey, liberals want what liberals want, but liberals need the Constitution, excuse me, to help them achieve what they want. which is not what I want or probably you want, but it's what they want. And they have to have a constitution to get it. But oh boy, the progressives. These people running around proudly proclaiming that they are progressives, making it sound like they're more contemporary than regular liberals. That's not what they are. Progressives want to take our form of government and do away with it. Do you hear me? Liberals need the Constitution to accomplish their liberal agenda. The progressives want to do away with the Constitution. They want to do away with our form of government. Do away with it. Transform us into some other type of government. It's being pushed around like a socialist democracy. There is no such thing. But go back to that mirror. Is that what you see? Is that what you want? I'm tired of you. Don't worry, I'm tired of me too. I'm tired of us throwing in the towel on the first president we've had that has actually stood up for us and is trying to do everything that he said when he was running that he was going to do. Tired. And nobody can change it except the person in the mirror. I'm sorry. Well, actually, I'm lying. I'm not sorry. But I'm going to say I'm sorry, but just know I'm not. And I'm sorry if I've offended you. But you need defending. We must dig in. We have to dig in. Good heavens, can we not dig in for 11 days or thereabouts? Can't we? Don't be no coward no more. Don't be no coward. Don't be afraid. Don't. Stand up, be proud, and above all else, when this day or the next comes to an end, be able to say, today, I was an American, and I'm proud of it. Can you do that? Do you think you can do that? I know you can. I just don't know if you will. But that midterm election is going to determine whether America lives or dies as we've known it. Do you hear me? Midterm election is going to determine whether we live or die as the nation we are supposed to be. By the way, any of you that believe in God still, believe in the Bible still, you ought to take this into account. When you're looking in that mirror, ask yourself, what did God do to Sodom and Gomorrah? What did he do to them? And why? Why did he do it? Well, the version I understand is they were wrapped in sin. Just going crazy in sin. And God warned them. He said, you know, you need to quit it. And then he got down to asking that they could find some men that were good men and righteous and all that. They couldn't. So then God poofed them. He poofed. Sodom and Gomorrah just poof. And it's gone. They were gone from this earth forever. When you're looking at that mirror, ask God if he's willing to apologize to the people of Sodom and Gomorrah. Does he not think he needs to? Because if he poofed them for sinning, the type sins, etc., that they were committing, he owes them an apology if he don't poof us. He does. And I don't want to be the one that goes to heaven and squares off with God and say, God, you did it to them, but you didn't do it to us. What's the deal? I don't think that's the kind of question I want to be asking God. So look in the mirror and see if you're strong enough to ask that question of God. See, there's something to be learned by that. I don't think it's just an idle little fairy tale mentioned in the Bible. I think it's there for us to learn from. So, with all of this, I say to you, get up. Get up. Get fired up. And somehow between now and that midterm election, you do what you can do or what you think you can do. It don't matter if it's right, wrong, or indifferent. Do it. Because remember, if we lose midterm, now do you know what midterm loss means? The Republicans have to win 18 seats. 18 for the House. They got to win 18. If they win one less than 18, then the Democrats are going to take over the House with one vote. And when they take over the House, although they have pulled back from saying it, but they have not pulled back from doing it, when they get control of the House, within 3 weeks or 4 of the time when everybody gets sworn in, they will impeach President Trump. They will impeach him. Now, when they impeach him on the House side, which is like a grand jury vote, some people are saying, well, the Senate will never do it because the Senate will be still controlled by the Republicans. Let me tell you, get that out of your head. The minute the Democrats get control of the House, they will immediately turn it over to the Senate, and the Senate Republicans will fight, literally fight, to turn on Trump. He will go. And when Trump goes, so too does your form of government. They may want to wind that up and listen to that over and over, because that's sort of the long and short of it. Suppose we had a job to do. We've got a job to do, and we got to stop letting the media, stop letting the liberals and progressives, we got to stop letting them beat on President Trump. Stop them. We can do it if we just try. With that, guys, I'm out of here. But I sure hope you heard me. I hope, and I don't care if you use my name, don't mention my name, it don't matter. I'm not here for my name's sake or making me out to be somebody. I'm not here for any of that. Tell people to listen to this, don't even tell them who did it. It's fine with me. We got to get people activated. We've got to. So with that, guys, do the work. Save the country. It's ours, and we need to keep it.